Welcome to OSG Live, where we inspire you to fall in love with your business. Get set to join your hosts, Tanya, Becky, Kylene, and Aaron for your weekly motivation. It's time to share your wins, express gratitude, and choose positive changes. Jump into the comments and share your thoughts with the rest of the OSG community. Coming up, OSG Wellness Super Tools to nourish your mind and body, small business success gems to uncover hidden gems of business excellence, and the uncommon mindset to challenge the status quo. Your journey to success and happiness starts now.
Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Welcome to the show. My name is Tanya Deutscher, and I'm with Gracie Doodle Designs, and I help you choose what you need as often as you need it.
Awesome. And happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I am Kylene Montgomery with Rise, Shine, Smile.
And happy Valentine's Day and happy anniversary to Tanya and Jay. We probably better not leave Jay off of that, you know. And I am Becky Petzer with BK Custom Tees.
Hello, good morning. I am Aaron Montgomery with our success group, and we are here to inspire you to fall in love with your business. The month of February, the month of love. So happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And again, happy anniversary to Tanya and Jay. And so, yeah, excited. It's a day full of love. We've got the heart-shaped paper plates out on the counter this morning here at the Montgomery household. And, I don't know, the 13-year-old, nearly 13-year-old is kind of leaning away from Valentine's Day. So there's no little candies being shared, I don't think, today, but
I don't think so. But you guys do have heart-shaped pancakes that are pink. Yeah. I don't know if he'll still appreciate them, but you know.
I love that, though.
Yeah, indeed.
You guys are so much better at that than I did. I was like, oh, by the way, Kevin, happy Valentine's Day as he walks out the door.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Good.
Yeah. So, Kylene, where do we start here?
Well, let's start with some gratitude. As we know, gratitude's our superpower. So when we're in a state of gratitude, we're in a state of abundance. And therefore, we start attracting more good things to us. We start really appreciating the things that we do have. And as a result, we get more of that. And so we're bringing more positive energy to ourselves, and that ripples out to other people. So we're going to start with gratitude today. Today, I am very thankful for my family. That is what I am grateful for today. They bring me lots of joy. I'm spoiled, so I'm very lucky.
That's awesome. I am grateful for 23 years married to Jay, and that we continue to do all the things. Yesterday, our football team got final approval from the Eau Claire, Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce that we have our home field, and that was a major hurdle, and it was a unanimous vote. So we're very grateful for that.
Love it. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Today, I am grateful for my network of people. They show up when I need them. They know the things that I don't know. And I am just thankful and grateful that I have the network of friends and texts and family and all the things that I do. So,
yes, that's awesome. So speaking of things that we're grateful for, those of you that are in the comments here live right now, please share what you're grateful for too. That attitude of gratitude helps us all kind of grow, and the rising tide does lift all boats. So good morning to Darren. I appreciate him. Get his comment up on screen here. Good morning, Darren. Thanks for joining us last night, even for just a little bit. It was awesome to see you, and looking forward to seeing you out at DAX Kansas City. Chuck, good morning to you. We always look for Chuck to make sure we're ready to get started. So happy Valentine's Day, Chuck. Thanks for being here. And Jerry, good morning to you. Thanks for tuning in this morning. And this is my friend John from Colossians Handyman. And I'm grateful for my partner, weathers storms like a champ. That's awesome, John. Yeah, Justin is a great guy, and I'm so glad that you guys are on that path together. So wonderful. So for me, I am extremely grateful for just the OSG community, the people that are so inspiring. We got to have a call with the OSG membership last night, and it was just really cool to see the growth, the intention of growth from everyone, and how big people are dreaming, and I love it. So really some really good stuff happening coming out of the OSG community. And so, yes, that's what I'm grateful for today.
Love it. Love it.
Well, so where we, let's see here. We got, Jerry, here we go. Thank you. Jerry says, grateful for every day, especially today, being able to help finance our kitchen remodel. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a great feeling.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Well, where are we ready for some wellness toolbox? I feel like we're diving in pretty quick here, but you guys got some great stuff on deck for us. So I wanted to get into it as quickly as possible.
Sounds good. We're ready.
Right, here we go.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hello. Today we're going to talk about self-love. Valentine's Day is a perfect time to do that. And I know some people don't like Valentine's Day because it's commercialized and things like that. But I love Valentine's Day just because it's my anniversary. So, and I have a new appreciation for self-love, relationship wellness, and that relationship you have yourself, because you need that in order to have those other relationships.
Yeah. I think, Valentine's Day, it is a commercialized holiday now, right? But really the meaning behind it is to appreciate the people in your life that, are meaningful to you. And so it's just for me, I look at it as a gentle reminder. Okay, this is one special day. Maybe I go a little bit more out of my way to appreciate the people in my life. But we spend the most time with ourselves, right? And we really, truly need to appreciate all the good things about ourselves, instead of looking at being that critic and looking at all the flaws, right? It's really appreciating who we are and knowing that is really special. I think, and that's kind of where that self-love comes from.
It's so easy to be down on yourself. And I know that since my health journey started, I have really been intentional about caring for myself, because I now see the value in, like, that airplane analogy that we always talk about, putting your own oxygen mask on first. And so a lot of that starts with mindset shifts, changing your mindset, so that you can cultivate self-love and then be there more for others. Reframing that negative self-talk. I always say, don't talk about my friend like that. And Becky called me out a little while ago. I need to do that to myself too. I have a degrading thing about myself in numbers. So I need to manifest that, numbers will stick in my head better. But and then also just practicing self-compassion and embracing your imperfections. We're all different for a reason. And you might think it's an imperfection where somebody else might look at it and be like, gee, that's really cool that he or she can do that, or, have, whatever. So what you think is a negative isn't necessarily a negative in someone else's eyes.
Yeah, I think that's a really important thing to note, is that, we were all made differently for a purpose, right? We all have our unique gifts to share. And so if we try to be like everyone else, then guess what? The world is not going to be very interesting. We're not going to continue to grow and thrive. We have to share our unique gifts, and that's what makes everything interesting. And but you were talking about those mindset shifts that you really need to make. And it's being that inner coach, talking yourself up and talking to yourself like you would talk to someone else, right? It's really easy for us in our mind to be like, oh my God, you're so dumb. Like, I can't believe you forgot that, or I can't believe you just did that, or you didn't know that. And okay, maybe that's a habit that you have, but it's something that you can work on changing those into more positive self-talk.
And I'm going to bring up the word that comes up every single week. You have to be intentional with changing those things that are in your mind. I know when I go to the gym and I'm doing things that I don't think I can do, it used to be that I would just give up. And the other day I had this epiphany that, okay, you're not keeping up, but you can't quit either. And it will get better over time. You know, I changed from you can't run, are you crazy, to okay, we're going to run for 30 seconds. And then you can build that over time by being intentional. And it really does work. Because I never thought I would ever run again in my life unless I was being chased by a bear.
I'm really proud of you. And I mean, but that just shows that the power of being that inner coach, really telling yourself that I can do this. Now, you didn't approach it like, okay, I'm going to go run a mile. You're like, okay, what's one step that I could do? And building that trust with yourself that you can do something different. And I think that's really what all of this is about is, you know, continue to grow and trust yourself that, you know, you can do different things. You don't have to stay stuck.
Right. And that's been, you have to be intentional about choosing those things. And it does get easier over time. It's not necessarily an easy process, but you know what process is worth doing if it's easy.
Yeah. I mean, you get in the habit, right, of trying new things and pushing yourself a little bit more because you have that trust with yourself. Looks like we do have some comments here. Okay.
Oh, thank you, dear. I'd probably stand my ground against the bear. Yes, I'd lose.
Yes, I'd lose. That's awesome.
Never thought about being a self-talk. I have trouble remembering names.
Yeah.
Same. Numbers tend to be worse for me, and I've used it as an excuse in the past, and I'm going to try to get out of that.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm grateful for everybody. Oh, we already did that one. Sorry.
Oh,
it's still a good one.
Yeah, I was just going to go back to, you know, Jerry's comment with never thought about it as self-talk as far as like a names person. So you're already telling yourself that you're not going to remember names now. So maybe just say I'm good with names, and then just see if that helps connect that face with a name in your mind. The cool thing about all of this is that it doesn't cost you anything to try something new. There's no harm in changing a thought to a positive. It's only going to bring you more good, right? What you think about comes about. So I think if you come from it from that perspective, what is the harm of changing this?
And 9 times out of 10, if you reframe something in the positive, the day does get better. Unless you have a day like me on Monday where just everything out of my control just kept rolling, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed. I went to bed early. Anyway, the next part on our list is one of Kylene and I's favorite words: gratitude. It enhances overall wellness, relationships, your attitude, your mood. Ask yourself, you know, what about me do I appreciate? What am I grateful for? How can I better connect and put that ripple effect out into the world? And I know we talk about it a lot, but I really challenge everyone to religiously practice gratitude every morning and try it for a few days and see what you notice. And I know, Kylene, you probably have some other things on this. So
no, I mean, you highlighted it exactly. I mean, gratitude, it's something, again, it's like that mindset shift that you have. It doesn't cost you anything. It's something we can all choose to do. When we truly are appreciating what we have, it is amazing the positive feelings that you have inside. When you constantly look for the things that you don't have, guess what happens inside of us? We get more negative feelings, and then that tends to attract more negative things happening to us because that's what we're focusing on. We're focusing on all the things that we don't have, the things that aren't working. Whereas if you're focusing on the things that is working for you in your life, the things that you have to be grateful for, appreciating your body, appreciating all it's doing for you every day. If we come back to self-love here, it's pretty amazing what our body does for us every day. Maybe we're not feeling 100%, but if we start focusing on all that we are feeling, we woke up today, we're able to work, we're able to process thoughts, we're able to create something, we're able to build something. All of these things our body is allowing us to do. And so we should really celebrate that and really be grateful that we have those abilities. And then that's just going to build more good things inside of us. We're going to attract more positive things, and that's where that ripple effect, because you're going to put that out into the world, and that's going to attract those people right back to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. I love it. A big one that I've learned in the last year or so is setting boundaries. I used to think that, I had to embrace everybody equally. But when I started setting boundaries for the people that maybe took advantage a little bit, weren't the nicest, or a big one for me is just consistently negative without wanting to try to look at things in a different light. I really surrounded myself with the positive, like-minded people. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say that I don't talk to those other people, but they no longer have access to me 24/7 for me to be their stomping ground or problem solver, what have you, because it used to be I was that phone call of tell me what to do, but then they wouldn't do it anyway. And so it was like this huge cycle. So once I started setting those boundaries, I was able to love myself more and put better things out of myself for those that wanted to receive them. And at first that was such a foreign concept that I felt like I was just being mean, but I wasn't. They probably didn't even really notice.
Yeah, I think boundaries kind of falls in a lot of different areas of self-care. It is truly a form of self-love and protecting what's important to you. If we constantly put everyone's needs in front of your own, what happens to us inside? We are not genuine to who we are meant to be, right? We're not able to share our true gifts with the world because we're not worried about nurturing them. We're worried about everyone else. Now, I've been guilty of this, and I'm still trying to be aware of it. I'm a natural caretaker, and I love to help and support others. And so, like you said, it is kind of foreign. It does feel a little uncomfortable sometimes to put what's important to you for self-care and self-love first, but we have to fill our cup up first so then we can give to others in a more meaningful way. I look back at sometimes when I was giving and giving and giving, and then you go and it starts to create more negative feelings inside of you because you feel stretched thin. You feel like you don't have anything left to give. And then what does that do? That gives you more of those negative scarcity, almost resentment type of feelings. And we're not trying for that, right? In our life, we're trying to bring more positive feelings. So that's where boundaries are so important. And I'm so glad that you are embracing that and implementing that in your life. I know for me, I am working on creating those boundaries because it does pay off in the long run. And it brings us more connection to who we are as a person.
And it's definitely not always easy, but it's worth it to grow in that way. Now we've talked about Valentine's a little bit, and I know that it's not everyone's favorite holiday because some people can look at it and be like, oh, I'm by myself, what have you. But one thing I would encourage is really practice self-love and self-care. Do something that you really enjoy today if you're down about it. There's so many things that you can do, and in the grand scheme of things, it really is just another day. But look at it in, like you said earlier, a gentle reminder to show more love and compassion to others.
Yeah, Exactly. I think you said that very well. Yeah. I mean, Valentine's Day means something different to all of us, right? And that's okay. You could treat every day like Valentine's Day if you really wanted. I mean, like you said, it's just another day. It's been commercialized, but it's just a day to be more intentional. So however you want to look at that, but maybe today you do something for yourself, right? Do some self-care and show yourself that appreciation.
Yeah. And a reminder, self-care can be just sitting by yourself in a room and enjoying the quiet. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant or cost a lot of money. It could be reading a book or going for a walk. It can really be anything. So,
yeah, very true. And then the acts of kindness is really important. So that's just, going with appreciating the people around us, right? Acts of kindness can be just sending someone a quick note that you want to appreciate in your life. Maybe it's holding the door for someone if you're out and about at the store. Maybe it's saying good morning or smiling at someone. It does not have to be a monetary thing. You can show acts of kindness in so many different ways. And sometimes the other ways are more meaningful, in my opinion.
I know one thing that I like to do, and it's really kind of a selfish thing. I will randomly send a message or a note or a Snapchat to people just to check in. And it's usually because I'm feeling the need for connection, and reaching out makes my heart happy, but then it really makes the other person happy in return, and it strengthens those relationships. So that's kind of like, and Michelle brought it up last night on the call, and I'm like, yeah, that I enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
And it makes me happy.
It does. I mean, appreciating others is a form of gratitude. That is part of it, right? And it creates more of those positive feelings for yourself as well as others. Jerry wrote, kindness, like an author, Aaron, personally signing my book of his meant a lot to me. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's that I did one thing a little extra special, specific to you. That feels awesome. Now, did it cost Aaron anything to put that little note in there? No, it just, it was something meaningful for him that he felt like was the right thing to do. And so, yeah, thanks for sharing that. That's a perfect example of what kindness can look like.
Yes, I absolutely love that. Reflection and goal setting. What past experiences with love and relationships can you reflect on and to bring good feelings for yourself? And, what about those do you want to set as goals for the future? I know that, we're all in different stages of life, relationships, things like that. I know, my past marriage definitely shaped me for what I was willing to have in my life and what I would miss. And so setting those goals for my current marriage was very advantageous, and it was intentional. So you can set goals with absolutely everything, and then reflect on, how different things made you feel and what you're willing to have in your life and not.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I love that. The other thing is relationships, your check-in. So that's something that you're essentially not assuming everything's great. So something Aaron and I do monthly, we have a little check-in, and if it's not a 10 being like perfect, what could we do and why wasn't it that? It doesn't mean that you love that person any less. It doesn't mean that you're angry with them or things are not working. It just means, okay, maybe there's an area we can continue to grow together. But this doesn't have to just be a romantic partner, right? It could be your coworkers. It could be your employees. It could be any of those people that are an important role in your life. Check in with them. Make sure you're on the same page. I think it's really powerful when you look at the long-term effect of that, right? When we are communicating and on the same page, you can do a lot more things, right? Versus one person here and the other person there.
Right. And I love this. I'm grateful for new ways to look at things. Thank you, Barb.
Oh, that's awesome. Love that.
And we talked about self-care a little bit earlier, but some things that self-care practices really help with, if you do, and Kylene and I have talked about this, mindfulness meditation, journaling, spending time in nature, engaging in hobbies and activities that bring you joy. It's so important not to just be work all the time, or work, go home and watch Netflix for hours and then go to bed. Actually doing things that bring you joy, that you can work on and feel accomplished at.
Yeah.
I know for me, it's working with Jay on different projects for our football team or the house in Iowa, talking to friends in the evening, doing some TikTok lives, and that's not for everyone, but it's something that makes me happy to inspire others. So it's important to take that time to pay attention to yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Like you said, there's so many different types of self-care: physical self-care, the emotional self-care, personal self-care. That's those things you were talking about, the hobbies, the creativity space that you have, just being authentic to who you are, nurturing all those different areas in your life. And what it does is it fills you up again. And then you can show up in those other roles in your life even more meaningful. So yes, self-care is so important.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And then we have one more here we want to share, and then we'll get back to the Fab Four here. But community engagement. It's really important to feel connected to other people. Community can mean different things for other people, right? This is my community on here. But you also have your physical community that you're a part of. You have your work community that you're a part of. So really somehow finding that connection point is important.
Totally agree. And it can even, like our community is largely online, and then I have my TikTok community, and it's important to remember to set boundaries in those communities though too, because they can become just as toxic as other things. And so just, a word of warning to go back to that self-care and checking in with yourself. So
yes.
So, and I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day and a different outlook to treating yourself right today as well.
Yes, well said. Well, thank you, Tanya, for closing that out. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and bring the Fab Four back, and then we can get their take on this.
Awesome. Love it. Becky, what was your big takeaways there?
Well, I love that Tanya got called out this morning because, I've been telling her that several times, and she continues. And I'm like, no, I know that there's a problem with numbers. You keep saying that. I said, but I think you really need to not keep saying that. So, that's the accountability side for her and I, as we, do talk daily, and if not, 9 or 10 times a day. But just being able to have somebody like Tanya for me to call me out on things like that also makes a difference. Days when you're down on yourself and you can hear it. And I never realized it until I started some of this, self-care, self-love, self-talk, diving into that, how bad my mental talk was. It wasn't what I was saying out loud, but it was, when something happens and then I'm talking to myself in the mirror per se. And it was just like, nope, I have to stop that, because that was hurting more than any verbal words to me or anything like that. So
yeah. I think That's a great point, because Jerry had made this. I don't know if we got that, but she made this comment earlier when we were talking about being good with names. People know that that's kind of my thing on Two Regular Guys, is messing up people's names. Nikki Ademkowitz, it took me about 3 years to get that right. But
that is a really, really hard one.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, to just flip that switch and just go, oh, I am good with names. I think that can feel, like she says here, feels a little bit like I'm fibbing. But the reality is that's a choice, right? So I've tried to embrace it, certainly. And so that way it feels less challenging. But at the same time, it's also about making that choice. Like, okay, so how can I make sure that I am good with names, right? Before we get started, I make a point to ask every guest, help me make sure that I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Right? And I know when I forget, because then all of a sudden I freak out and I go back to that space of I'm not good with names, but I can make that choice to improve on it. Right. So maybe Tanya's not going to ever become the next great accountant and numbers person, but the numbers that are important to her and the things she can work on improving that skill, so to speak. So I love that. That's a really good point, Becky. Thanks for sharing that. I think the other thing that stood out to me, I mean, you guys really did a really good job covering this, but being Valentine's Day today, there is definitely that connotation of, significant other, that kind of love. And so the people that are single always look at it as like, oh, I hate this day kind of thing. But I think you guys really hit the point. It's not about that, right? We should love on each other. Right? I love Kylene. I love you guys. And it's love. It's just different kinds of love. Right. And so I think, I was talking to my son as he was getting out of bed a little bit this morning about, the Valentine's Day and, aren't you excited to go to school and go love on your friends? And he's like, oh, that's weird, Dad. I'm like, no, buddy, it's not. That's not weird. It's a different kind of love, right? To go and be a good friend to your friends, right? That's loving on them. So I thought that was a point worth making too. So
I love it.
And I think for what, Tanya and Kylene covered today, I mean, if you are single on a day like Valentine's Day, that self-love to yourself can be that, maybe that's what even some of us married people need. Taking that time to have that day to have some self-care and self-love for themselves. So
yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's very important.
Definitely. So Barb said, one of my favorite ways to relax in the evening is to crochet with my feet up, no TV, technology, or phone. Nice relaxation. There you go.
Awesome.
Love it, Barb.
And Jerry says appreciation of each other and our support systems. Yeah. And I think that's really it, Jerry, is it's about, there are people out there willing and able to support you if you're willing and able to ask for it. And so if you are feeling alone or you're feeling like, then just reach out to any one of us. It fills our cup to be able to support other people. And so that's why we do this every Wednesday morning. So, okay.
Absolutely.
Well, really good job. So Kylene, Becky, Kylene and Tanya. I was looking at Becky and meaning to say Tanya. Good job too, Becky. You get a round of applause as well. All right. Well, we have something else that we're really excited to announce. We kind of got the public word out. We've been teasing it, and we gave some folks an opportunity that put their interest out there to sign up early, and because we know this is going to fill up. But we are going to be having a live event here in the St. Louis area in June 7th and 8th. And so can we start with a quick little promo video that we made to kind of share the information, and then we can come back and talk about it if that works for you guys?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, here we go. Are you a small business that's feeling overwhelmed and underpaid? Do you want to find more balance and fulfillment in your small business?
We're here to share the good news about an upcoming small business retreat where you can come together as a community to facilitate falling in love with your business.
That's right. We're incredibly excited to announce the June 2024 Small Business Workshop and Retreat called Fundamentals Live. This event is based on the book, The Fundamentals of Business Success, and it's going to be your community designed to align your entrepreneurial spirit with meaningful success strategies.
Join us in O'Fallon, Missouri, just west of St. Louis, in discovering networking opportunities that go beyond mere connections. You're going to create relationships that inspire growth and collaboration.
With only 40 seats available, spots are already filling up. Don't miss out on your chance to transform yourself and your business June 7th and 8th in O'Fallon, Missouri. All right. I love all the smiles. We're all very, very excited. I put the link in there if you want to go check it out. It's osg.link/FUNLive if you want to go look at more details. But I thought normally right here, we'd have the uncommon mindset. And in a way, I think this is an uncommon mindset, right? Investing in yourselves, really kind of being willing to go deep, because I guess I wanted to start talking about what this is not, what the FUNLive or the Fundamentals Live is not, so people kind of get an understanding of why it's a little bit of an uncommon mindset. So it's not a half-day lecture, a day and a half lecture, because we're going to be together for a little over a day and a half. That kind of training, and yes, information like that would certainly be valuable, but that ends up being kind of information only. And then that relies on the attendees to then take action on it, right? And so we know that information is only as valuable as the action we take from it. And so the idea here of this particular event was to make it transformational, to make it something where you can fall deeper in love with your business. So what it is, we've kind of batted around different words, and we'll use different words throughout, but it's a retreat. It's a workshop loaded with experiences. It's truly designed to be a space that is part retreat, to be able to refresh and recharge and be open to that new learning and new way of thinking, that uncommon mindset. It's part hands-on workshop, so you can kind of build a business foundation. And we're going to tell you what you're going to leave with here at the end of it. And it's a big part community, where we're going to be together facilitating falling in love with our businesses and maximizing that fulfillment through the ability to achieve the goals that we have for ourselves. So I thought with all the Fab Four here, I'd love to just share what people are going to leave with once our time together at Fundamentals Live is done. So Becky, would you share the first benefit of coming to Fundamentals Live?
So your first benefit when you walk in through the doors and we get started on day one is going to be finding your purpose and becoming clear on your purpose. We've talked about that here on OSG Live a few times, and in our masterminds and all that stuff, that is something that we strive for, knowing, aligning your business reason, your daily operations, all of it aligns with your core values and meaning that you're going to have success. Yeah. And we're going to hold your hand through it, get you to that point, because I struggled with mine, and that's, without Aaron's hand holding and gentle guidance, I was able to get there. So, yeah.
And real quick, Becky, too, I love that. And because you talked about, meaning of success, because we've all had successes, but it's not as meaningful as it could be because we weren't really tied into that. So yeah, that's your purpose, your clarity on that purpose is definitely the key, kind of the keystone to everything. And so that's why we start off with it. So Kylene, what's the next takeaway that people are going to have here?
Yeah, so this is a real important one, overcoming barriers that we have. We're going to learn some practical strategies to overcome some limiting beliefs that we may have. I'm sure all of us have some. And so we're going to have some strategies that we're going to share to really help you break through those limiting beliefs, reframe that mindset, and then allow the magic to happen, right? Continue to grow your business to wherever it looks like that you're taking it, right? Wherever your dreams are and your purpose and clarity. So just overcoming those barriers.
Yeah, awesome. Tanya, what's next?
A realistic and achievable goal, a clear, ambitious, yet attainable goal, along with a roadmap of strategies to achieve the goal and transform your dreams into an actionable plan.
Yeah, being able to have that roadmap is going to be so crucial. And then along with that, we're going to leave people with a comprehensive business plan, right? Dean says, you mean you're supposed to work at it? Yes, Dean, you are supposed to work at it. And so we're going to work on our business here during this time. So it's going to be a hands-on experience where we're going to craft a robust business plan. And whatever you think about that word, right? A business plan is so crucial. It's our first creation. We're going to talk about things like how to manage the relationships and have the right relationships in place. What's your pricing strategy? What's the marketing foundation? Meaning, who are your ideal customers and what is your unique value? And then, all the way into what are our customer service policies, right? So just because some people do it this way doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it a different way. So it aligns with your ideal customers and who you are as a business. And then the next thing that we're going to leave people with is some productivity enhancements, right? We're going to just work on some strategies for more productive actions, including some time management techniques and kind of a giveaway here, but we don't have a time management problem. We have a priority problem. So we're going to give you some time management techniques and just ways that we can optimize our daily routine for, whatever you want to call it, but peak performance really, right? When we're working and doing work with our business, if we can maximize that and be at peak performance, that's going to leave us so much more time to have the rest of the balanced life that we need, right? We need to have time for the self-care and the family and all the other things that we're involved with as small business owners. So we're going to give you tools to do that. But what else, Tanya?
Personal growth and development. So insights and exercises focus on personal development, including mastering the art of success, overcoming fear, which that's been a huge one for me. Staying in a state of fear has not served me well. So my new thing is take action, and cultivating and empowering inner coach. So that self-talk of, just do 30 more seconds or do that one next thing type thing.
I love it. Yeah, that's great. All right, Becky, what else?
We are going to give you the guidance to set up your network of success. I mentioned my network this morning, and it's going to give you just a little taste of how a mastermind can help offer that growth and development in not only yourself, but your business. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that network, the people that you surround yourself with, like Tanya was talking about too, right? Just letting those other folks fall off. So we're going to give you strategies and ways that we can do that, and it really a lot of experiences that it's going to come along with that. So, Kylene, speaking of experiences, what's another exciting thing that we're all very excited about here?
Well, I'm super excited because this is kind of where you get to experience the future you. So it's an inspired vision of the future. So it's a unique future you party. So you're going to visualize and celebrate who you are in the future. You're going to come in that mindset of that person, and you're going to feel what it's like where you're at, where you're headed towards, right? And then you're going to be more comfortable, right? So then when that fear shows up, you're going to survive it, and you're going to keep going forward to get to that future you. So this party is pretty awesome. Yeah.
It's going to be great.
So I love it. Tanya, what else do we have there on tap for people?
Wellness and work-life balance, tools and practices to integrate. Sorry, Asia's spinning on my desk. Integrate wellness into your business journey, highlighting the importance of mental and physical balance into your business journey. Kylene said it to me in the mastermind the other day when I was going to cancel my workout. And she's like, you wouldn't cancel a doctor's appointment. So figure out how to make it work to still do that. And that's part of that work-life balance, still doing the important things for your health and your well-being. And so we're going to talk about that a lot.
Love it. Yeah, we're going to get deep into that for sure. So Becky, what else? We got one more thing. There's a lot, obviously, but we're going to pack that into a day and a half. So
and based on everything I have been talking about today, I need to add something to my choose board because it's all about the networking opportunities. I mentioned the masterminds, the last one too, that this is going to be an event that's going to bring you a whole network of people to help grow your business to pull that either, support information or just the guidance that you're looking for, build those meaningful connections, share those experiences, and you're going to be there also for all those other people that are showing up and be the same. You're going to be their support system and all the things too. So I'm excited about this live event. I mentioned it to Aaron, and Aaron was like, I really want more online stuff. And I'm like, I know, but we really need this in person. People are just craving an in-person event. I just think there is lots of value from an online course. Also, we'll have those coming for the people that don't want to come to a live event. But the live event, I think I don't know. Every time I've been to any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Live event with, I'm lost at my words today. It just always fills me up though, seeing everybody, convention. That was the word I was looking for. Any kind of convention that I've been to, getting all that information and stuff, I just walk away inspired and my cup is full and I'm ready to go do all the things when I get back. And that is our goal here for you guys, is to, set you up with some amazing tools, get you, started in the right direction. Or if you are already started and just want to move in the right direction or move a little more in the right direction, that's what we're going to be here for. So,
yeah. I think this is really, truly unlike anything we've seen inside this industry, as far as I can tell, in the 30 years I've been around. And the idea here is it's an experience, right? So we can't create those same experiences online. And so being able to do this in person, intimate setting, we've limited it to only 40 seats available. We could get more people in there, but we just decided, we need to make sure that we're really focused in on providing as much value as we can. So maybe I can share the agenda real quick here, and we can just walk through that briefly, just to kind of give people a rundown of what they can expect. So I'm going to pop that up on screen here. And if you guys go to osg.links/FUNLive, and I'm going to take that banner down real quick, so I'm not covered, but anyhow, and I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read it. So we're going to just start off on Friday, June 7th, and just kind of really have a little bit of an icebreaker and get people in and get to know each other and just really create that safe space that together we can really make a transformational change in each other's lives and businesses. And then as Becky mentioned, we're going to dive right into that, clarifying your reason. We're going to align your purpose. And so we're going to spend the first part going through that, but we're going to have exercises. We're going to do exercises together. We're going to have little breakout groups where we can discuss it together and really dig deep and just keep asking ourselves those questions of why. So we do have real clarity, right? I think that's where people struggle a lot, is they don't take the time to ask themselves why, or they don't take the time to get enough perspective from others to have real clarity, right? And from there, we're going to start unlocking your potential in the afternoon. Those limiting beliefs, we've got some exercises that are fantastic that we've used ourselves that we're going to dig into. And then we're going to work on becoming a goal getter. We're going to figure out how to set a goal that's truly aligned with our reason, and then start putting the stepping stones in place to achieve that goal. And then we'll kind of wrap up that day with a little bit of a wellness tool, just give you some things that we can do to be successful. It has to include all of us, right? It has to include all parts of who we are, from our health to our families to our whatever is parts of your life. That has to be balanced. Otherwise, you're not going to have that fulfillment in the successes that we talked about. So, and we'll have a little debrief, any Q&As, kind of unpack anything that's left. We'll all take a break, go kind of decompress, and then we'll come back and have a little bit of a mixer, just to kind of also kind of get to know each other. It'll be at a fun place that has some games at it and things like that. So, and then we'll kick off the next morning bright and early. If you're so inclined to come join Kylene for some rise and shine yoga and really good, gentle stuff. So Kylene, real quick, tell us what that's all about.
So with gentle yoga, we move a little bit slower, and there's variations for each poses. So you don't have to be an experienced yogi to be there. And if you do have any mobility issues or things that you need to be aware of, we can address that. So yoga is for everyone. It's just a great way to calm our mind and get in the right headspace as we start the day.
Yeah, definitely. And, if, again, like you said, you don't have to be an experienced yogi. I can barely touch my shins, but, I'll be participating, and you can do it in a chair if that's the way you're feeling in that moment. So
I was just going to point out that I could be demonstrating the chair portion of the poses while Kylene's doing the gentle portion. And that works out really well, because that's where I started, is with chair yoga. And it has brought me so many benefits.
I love it.
Awesome.
I love it. Thank you, Tanya.
Yeah. Great
Perfect.
points, guys.
Yep. So, and then when we get into it, we'll start just kind of review, check in, kind of see where we're at after everything that we did on the first day, and then get into the business planning, business design, really kind of understanding and clarifying what the moving parts are. That first creation, we'll start there, and then we'll have a little break, and then we'll get into the marketing part, and we'll spend some time with that. Who are your ideal customers? What's your unique value? What's the product mix that goes along with that, and how we design that? We'll have a quick lunch break together where we'll bring some lunch in and have a little moment to unwind, and then we'll get into that personal growth and development, right? More working on overcoming our fears, mastering the art of success, how we put that into play for us to keep us moving forward, and then we'll spend the rest of the early afternoon creating our action plan, so that way we know what it is that we're going to be working on, how we're going to measure that success, and then review it to make adjustments and changes as we move through things. As I mentioned earlier, we don't have a time management problem. We ultimately have a priority management problem. So we're going to start building those techniques to help us optimize our time available to us. I put in the notes, they're setting up a bespoke system. That's a system customized to you to get your time back. And then we'll talk about the networking, building that community space, and close it up with another panel and Q&A and group debrief, and just really kind of make sure that we've got everything that we need. Again, take another breather, grab some dinner, and then we will meet back for that future you party that Kylene talked about. So, Fab 4, what things should we hit there as far as covering some details? Go ahead, Tanya.
I'm so excited because of the collaboration aspect. This totally has ice written all over it, coming to inspire one another, collaborate, and encourage. And there's something to be said about actually meeting people in person. From my health journey, I've been on several meetups where I've went and met total strangers in Chicago and Las Vegas, and being able to actually, shake their hand or give them a hug or like have that in-person connection. I'm so thankful for technology, but having those connections is there's just something to be said about it, and to be doing it all together and having the energy to bounce off of one another is truly magical. So I am so excited about the in-person event.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Just to go along with what Tanya just said, we tend to remember how we feel, right? We might not remember all those specific words, but sometimes we remember how we feel. And when we're in a group, all learning and being intentional together, we have those stronger connection points, and then that creates more memories for us, right? And that helps us really learn, at a deeper level moving forward. So that's why I love in-person events. I think it just brings, you're intentional in that space, right? You are there to do this thing, and that learning is so much more impactful for yourself. So,
yep. Becky, what about you?
I'm excited for all the things. It's been such a fun thing to watch come into play. We started talking about this how many months ago? I don't know, probably 6 months or better ago.
At least,
and
yeah.
And then once we finally kind of got that that location, it was like, okay, it's go time. Let's go. Let's get it done. So we have a lot of stuff, a lot of, items in the background that we're working on and still going to get ready for you guys. But I think it's just going to be an amazing time.
Yeah. All those bonuses. And Becky, real quick, I'd love to hear your take on the Future You party too. I know you and Tanya, but you guys have been big proponents of that. So Becky, what's your take on? I love that that's our close, to be honest with you. So
I agree. I'm not a big dresser upper. I do not like Halloween, but there is something to be said about visualizing and just, seeing yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever it is that you're working towards. Because that visualization side of it makes it become real. So your mind doesn't always realize that it's not real. So if you play it as if it is, it's just going to be real.
Yeah.
It's the magic.
Indeed. Awesome. Yeah. And I guess just to wrap it up for me, so all of the content really that we're pulling from is from the book here. And so that's, but here's what I found out myself personally is, so going back to like my success principles training, right? I read the book, I thought about the exercises, but it took me a super long time because I never actually experienced the exercises. It wasn't until I signed up for an event where I was a participant and I was experiencing the exercises that then it started working, right? And so that's, I think, what really separates this live event, right? So we got the training, you can read the book, you can do all that stuff, and that's great. But then it's on you to run with that ball, so to speak. When you come to an event like this, now you've got the experiences. Now, like Kylene was just saying, you're going to feel the feels, right? You're going to have the experiences. You're going to see it in action. You're going to be able to do it yourself. And that's going to allow you to leave there and have that confidence that you can keep the ball rolling after that, right? You know what to do now. You just have to go back to those experiences and say, let me relive that again. How do I create that for myself, right? Reach out to one of the Fab Four and say, hey, here's where I'm stuck, right? So you've created that community. Reach out to one of the other attendees there and say, hey, you're going to build these relationships that will be the catalyst to your future success. I have no doubt about it. So.
Yeah. One thing that I want to bring up is that some people are uncomfortable with the Future You philosophy. And I used to be one of them. But when you embrace it and play full out, you really do get a lot out of it. And the nice thing with having a more intimate gathering is that we're all going to be in the same boat. So we can do that and not feel silly or whatever. So it's going to be a safe space. So you don't need to worry about that. Come and give it a try. And we're just really excited to have that experience.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what questions you guys would have. So reach out to us. Go to the link there, osg.link. Who's going to sign up? Who are we going to see there? Like I said, I know this is going to fill up. And so there are limited seats available. In the promo, we said there's 40 seats available, but actually we're down to 38 already, and we just announced it. So this was before we've announced it that people signed up. So now that we're getting it out to the public here for the first time, I do expect this to fill up. So anything else, you guys? Any other points that we missed on that?
No, I mean, I think this is really about investing in yourself, right? Because you're the only one that can take your business, your life to where you want it to go, right? So if you take the time to invest in yourself, this is going to be extremely powerful.
Yep. 100%. Yeah. Okay. Well, Tanya, can you put us on ice here? I got to use my fun joke again. So
absolutely. I mentioned a little while ago, ICE stands for Inspire, Collaborate, and Encourage. And those are three things that just bring my heart a lot of happiness that I like to share with everyone. And then also choose. You get to choose what you need as often as you need it. So I'm using my mini choose board today because I honestly do not know where my big one is at. I think it might be at home.
I know where you can get another one. I know who you can get. Yeah. Here, I'll put the link in the comments so you can go get one.
That's good. So the big one is like 8x10, and this one's 4x6. So today I choose love because it is my anniversary, and taking action because that is overcoming my fears. I would get all these great ideas and never act on them because I was afraid of what people would think, or what if I fail, but what if I fly? So that's my choose for the day. What are your guys's?
I can go next. So mine is focus. That's my choose. I really need to only do one thing at a time and focus in on it so I can check a box instead of starting multiple things and not checking boxes. So that's what I'm working on this week.
Awesome. All right, Becky, you got some help
Cora
there?
Well, I have Cora in the side, and I had asked her to go wake Nick or see if Nick was up, and she's like, well, he's grumpy as always.
It's Valentine's Day, Nick. Come on.
Oh, anyways, my choose board says love because it is Valentine's Day. And I added networking since that appeared to be what showed up for me today several times. And Cora's says happy. She's choosing happy. Which she's usually a pretty happy girl unless she's tired.
Tired.
Angry.
Well, good job, both of you, Becky and Cora. So, I'm just going to keep rolling. FUNLive. I just am so proud of everything that we've already kind of, like, I'm envisioning it, right? I have dreams about it every night, like just how awesome it's going to be. And so I'm super proud of us for what we've done. And so I'm going to stay focused on that and make sure that we make this an event that people will be talking about for years in our industry. So
I just want to say one other thing, and that is everyone watch what happens when one person has a dream and involves some other people to collaborate with. This has been such a fun process to be a part of, and you can find so much joy by finding your people and collaborating with one another.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. All right. Well, you guys, what a great day. Great job on the Wellness Toolbox. We got a lot of stuff. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Happy anniversary to you and Jay. Thanks. Tanya. And that is fantastic. What did you say? How many years did you say it was?
23.
Oh, look at you. Awesome. Wow.
That's
awesome. That's really great. So congratulations. And I think that's it. So Kylene, how should we close this up here?
Well, thank you guys for all joining us today. We are open to feedback. So if there's anything you guys want to hear about, learn about, talk about on here, please reach out to one of us. We are open. We're always trying to grow and get better. So please reach out to us and we can help you get to your idea of success.
Indeed. All right. Becky, anything that we missed here today?
Please come join us at the live. We are, you can tell, super excited and just can't hardly wait for it to be June.
I love it. I love it. All right, you guys. Well, have a great rest of your Wednesday. We will be back next week with another wellness toolbox, and we will be back on our uncommon mindset journey that we've been taking, the 12-week fundamentals of business success journey. So we'll get into the second half of that next week. So, and we look forward to seeing everybody at Fundamentals Live. So again, go to osg.link/FUNLive, and you can get registered and reserve your spot right away. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh yeah, I remember that part.